Michigan as presented by the state's leading authority on events, the Michigan Festival and Events Association. A full listing of events is available on MichiganFun.com. Michigan Fun is a production of My Michigan TV powered by Michigan Digital. Now, here's your host, President of the Michigan Festival and Events Association, Mike Szukhent.
Welcome to Michigan Fun, where we check out the state's top festivals and events. I'm Mike Szukhent. Spring has arrived here in Michigan, and so have some great springtime festivals and events. Coming up on today's show, we're going to talk Vermont Maple Syrup Festival and then the Duran Railroad Days. But first, let's check in with ACP Entertainment. And welcome to the show, President Ryan Strayhorn. Ryan, how are you doing today?
I'm great, Mike. How are you, boss?
Good. You've had some wild stuff at our festivals or at our convention. I'm very happy to have you on the show to be able to share to a larger audience some of the things that you guys have. You're not exactly up and coming. You guys have been around for, 15 years now?
Yeah. Actually, this is our 15th year anniversary. So we started in 2008 with just a couple inflatables and some games, and now we're the largest supplier of rental carnival rides in the state of Michigan. And what rental carnival rides means is we're not a carnival per se. Instead, we are an event company that has carnival rides available to bring to your event. And the big difference between carnivals and us is that a carnival, you hire a carnival to come in and they charge your patrons. We charge you, right? So we handle a lot of festivals, company picnics, school events, church events, and that goes the same with our inflatables too. But with our carnival rides, it's quite a niche market. We have over 15 different rides that we have available, as well as game trailers, like you'd see at a carnival. So we're very unique, and over the years we've had a lot of modifications and changes to the company to suit our customers' needs.
I was looking at some of the things that you have. There was one ride. It was a severe. There it is, right there. I don't think you're going to get me on that.
Well, that's all right. I mean, that ride is definitely made for teenagers. That's for sure. Teenagers and the daring adult. Let's say that.
I'm thinking that an airplane, where they tell you where the bag is in the front compartment, I would need one of those before I got on.
Well, there's no oxygen masks that drop down from the ceiling on this ride, Mike, so you definitely don't want to ride that. But we have plenty of other attractions that might be of interest to you. Have you ridden the slide? The giant carnival fun slides at the carnivals? Yeah, that would be a good option. We also have a brand new Ferris wheel that's coming in. I actually have going on a shot here saying we have a little Ferris wheel. This is what our Ferris wheel looks like. In mini version, this is our 15th anniversary, part of our 15th anniversary invitation that we sent out. Actually collapses down into a card form. But anyways, our Ferris wheel is new this year. We also have 3 swing rides. We have a mini pirate ship ride. We've got mechanical bulls, have a mechanical unicorn, a mechanical shark, just a ton of attractions. And yeah, a lot of them are unique. In fact, one of the unique attractions we brought to the last Michigan Festivals convention was our ice rink. We have a portable synthetic ice rink. And that ice rink is rented out for mainly winter events. We'll set it up for summer events if it's a week-long stay. It'll be actually at the Hamburg Family Fun Fest this summer. But otherwise, we have that ice rink out there as well for winter events where you don't have time to freeze the water into ice.
No, you did have that at our convention, and it was really amazing because those young ladies were actually figure skating on regular ice skates.
Yes, yeah, and they're all our regular ice skates. The rental that we send with the whole ice skating experience has about 100 ice skates along with it. And then if participants want to bring their own ice skates, they're definitely more than willing to do that as well. So it is truly a unique experience, and something that we're proud to be the very first of in the state of Michigan.
That's great. You know, I was impressed with everything, and as I said, I'm glad that you're on the show. I, I like your niche. I think that's a great opportunity for those people. You know, right now carnivals. There's only so many carnivals, and they're booked up every single weekend. And you're the alternative to, hey, if you can't find a carnival, you can still find carnival style rides and entertainment available through your organization.
Correct.
How does somebody get a hold of you guys for, you know, if they're interested in learning more or finding out what their availability is?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and to reiterate that too, first, we we only service events that want to bring us and pay us up front, right? We don't act as that carnival pay to play style per se.
Right.
So if you are interested in renting attractions, and if you're interested in bringing us in for one of your events, you can visit us online at acpentertainment.com. That has all of our contact information on there. But you can also email us at info@acpentertainment.com or call us at 616-826-8220.
And you guys are in Grand Rapids, but you service the entire state, correct?
We do, yeah. So with majority of our services and attractions, we service the entire state. For our corporate events that are schools, churches, colleges, et cetera, we'll service the whole state. Um, our Ferris wheel does go out of state, and a couple of our attractions will go to Indiana, northern Indiana, every once in a while, but honestly, Mike, thank the Lord, we are so busy that we don't really have the time to travel out of state. If we could, we would. I know we just got a request today for an Air Force base in Colorado, so we'd love to do it, but obviously we can't service all the requests. We're limited on staff, just like carnivals are too.
Well, I just wanted to bring the point home that just because I'm in, say, Alpena, I shouldn't feel that I can't have ACP come and service our needs, or if I'm in the Monroe, Michigan, that
Correct.
you're not just a Grand Rapids company. You handle the entire state. You guys have the ability to handle everyone. So no one should feel that I can't do business with ACP because I'm not in their backyard, because that doesn't exist with you guys.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. We truly do service the entire state. I mean, we are up in the Upper Peninsula. Every once in a while, it's not like a ton, but we do service the entire state, all the way from Detroit up to the all the way up to the very tip of the UP, and all the way down to southern Michigan. So truly, any event in the state of Michigan, we can help you out with. We do have different minimums in order for us to travel to a certain location. Sorry, we're not going to be able to go to the UP for a mechanical bull. But if you want to in the UP, if you want a mechanical bull and a few other rides, then yeah, we can talk. And the best part about this is it's reasonable too. Carnivals and carnival rides are very expensive. They're expensive to purchase, they're expensive to operate, to insure, et cetera, et cetera. Our rides, we do our best to keep them not only affordable, but keeping the quality of our team members, quality of the rides themselves, and the service that we provide overall. On average, our carnival ride rental will start off at around $22.50 on average. Some are a little more expensive. Some, like the Ferris wheel, are more expensive as well. So less expensive, more expensive across the board. There's definitely options. When it comes to inflatables, we have inflatables across the board too. Again, there's minimums in different areas of the state. We won't just go over to Detroit or up to the UP for an inflatable or even a few inflatables. But again, we have options, and we're able to service a wide variety of events, again, across the state of Michigan, anywhere in the state, even though we are based in Grand Rapids.
Ryan, it's great having you on the show. Really appreciate it. For those people that are interested in finding out more information about ACP Entertainment, Ryan has given the phone number and website, but you can also find all their information at MichiganFun.com. Ryan, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
Coming up next on Michigan Fun, Vermontville Maple Syrup Festival. Don't go away. We're going to be right back.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
Looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Love Lansing like a local. And we promise, you'll love Lansing just as much as we do.
Welcome back to Michigan Fun, a weekly look at the top events happening across the state of Michigan. Our next guest is from Vermontville Maple Syrup Festival. Welcome to the show, Marianne Hayes, co-president of the event. Welcome, Marianne.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for the invite.
And yes, your husband told me that I was supposed to make sure that you were titled as co-president.
Oh, it's a team effort for sure.
So tell us a little bit about your history and some of the things that you've got going on for your festival this year.
So this year we're celebrating our 82nd year of the Maple Syrup Festival. So we are the original Maple Syrup Festival in Michigan. We have 2.5 days filled of family-friendly events starting Friday afternoon around 6 p.m. with our opening ceremonies at our stage downtown, going all the way through Sunday afternoon at 5 with closing ceremonies. We can visit, we have carnival rides. We also have several food vendors, as well as live entertainment on our stage all day Saturday and Sunday.
I see that there's a children's parade, a Queen's Court, Little Miss Maple Syrup pageant. You guys got a lot going on.
We definitely do. We like to try to pack our little town as much as we can with lots of family-friendly events. Our princess pageant, they've been practicing since February. There are 10 little girls that are participating this year. And by 7 o'clock on Saturday night, we will have our princess.
I've had the pleasure of judging princess pageants in some other festivals. I can't think of anything cuter than those little princesses up on stage performing to the crowd. They are just, I mean, talk about, I have 2 little granddaughters, and they are the princesses in our family, so I understand that. You also have what's a puff dragon tractor pull?
Well, what that is a pedal tractor pull. So it's actually just like your large tractor pulls, but they're the smaller tractors that the kids pedal, and they have weights on them, and they time them as far as the distance that they can pull that weight.
Oh my gosh, that's got to be a hoot.
It is a blast to watch, along with the egg toss that follows up after that. Definitely fun to watch our queen and court get involved with that, as well as a lot of our producers. Our festival, we are consistent of, we have 9 different maple syrup producers, and Maple Manor is basically the main source for location for information when it comes to the festival. We are made of all volunteers, so everything that we do at Maple Manor, we donate back into the community.
So looking at the itinerary, there's also arm wrestling and a pancake derby. What's a pancake derby?
Well, our pancake derby is definitely a sight to be seen. They actually make pancakes. They put them on a hot plate, make the batter, put them in a pan, fry them up, and serve them to the contestants. And they have to eat as many as they can in a certain time period. Definitely lots of gooey pancakes that happen.
Gotcha. So the dates of your event are actually next week, correct?
Next Friday, the 28th of April, is our opening ceremonies. On Saturday, we have our grand parade that starts at 3 o'clock. That usually is a large event, fills the streets, and is definitely a sight to be seen. They are trying to do a contest this year for floats in the parade, so I'll be interested to see how that turns out. That's a new event that they're trying this year.
That's great. And like you said, it's an all volunteer board. Do you want to give any shout outs to your board members or any of your sponsors for this year's event?
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to all of our producers, a shout out to all of our members that make this festival happen. We're a very small town, and the entire community comes together to support the festival, and we couldn't do it without everyone's help. I would also like to take a few minutes to talk about our craft show, which is one of the largest juried craft shows in Michigan. So that's returning to our Maplewood Elementary this year, and they normally have about 75 to 100 vendors. So it's one of the largest in the area, as well as a flea market at the location. So we have a lot of different things to come and see, lots of family friendly. Bring your kids out and enjoy a beautiful weekend.
Sounds like a lot of fun. If anybody wants additional information, any of our viewers want some additional information about the festival, where do they find that information at?
You can always check our website, which is syrupfest.org, or you can always visit our Facebook page at Vermontville Maple Syrup Festival Corporation. Very
good. Marianne, it's great having you on the show, but let me also add for the viewers that the information on the festival, on the Vermontville Maple Syrup Festival, is also available on MichiganFun.com. And so are all of our festivals and events. So please take a look at that. Marianne, thank you very much for being with us today. I wish you all the luck in the world. I'm sure that you guys are going to have a successful event. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
Well, coming up next on Michigan Fun, we're going to be having Durand Railroad Days. So we'll be right back.
A breath of fresh air will do you a world of good. It'll help you press pause and see things a little more clearly.
And when you step outside and take it in, a world of worry gets swept away.
And what's left?
Just feels right.
Breathe in deep and let fresh renew your spirit in pure Michigan.
Welcome back to Michigan Fun, a weekly look at the top events happening across the state of Michigan. Our next guest is from Durand Railroad Days. Welcome to the show, Kent Edwards, President.
Hey, howdy.
How are you doing today, sir?
I am doing simply marvelous.
You know, I grew up in Flushing, so I'm very familiar with Durand Railroad Days. Tell us what you got going on this year.
Well, we have of course, one of the most exciting things is the parade that we have on Saturday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We have carnival rides from Elliott Amusements. They'll be coming in on and setting up during the week before Railroad Days. And then the Thursday morning between 6 and 8 o'clock, they will have rides for local area young folks, free rides for local junior high and high school kids. And then, of course, it moves right into Friday or Thursday night, where we have rides in the evening, rides all day Friday evening, and then all day Saturday and all day Sunday from Elliott Amusements out of um, Mason, Michigan. So we're pretty excited about that.
That's awesome. I was looking at your website, and it looks like you've got a plethora of things going on. You've got, in addition to the carnival, you've got an activity tent. What kind of activities are in the tent?
We generally have that's one of the places where we have our beautiful baby contest. And this year we're going to have a show put on, a couple of shows put on by the stilt walker that is going to be in the parade. And she does magical acts and performs with lighted wands and things like that. I've seen her shows on video, but I haven't actually seen her yet. This is the first time she's going to be here, and we're pretty excited about it.
Well, that's great. Car show? I mean, who doesn't like a car show?
There's a lot of people here that like car shows. That's growing every year. The first year we only had about 15 cars. Then we had 30 cars the next year, and last year we had 50 cars. So we're looking forward to that growing. It's getting bigger every year.
Car shows are a blast. See, you're going to have a prince and a princess and a queen that's going to be crowned this year. How about the history of, you guys got rich history for railroad days. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, Railroad Days. This is our 48th year of Railroad Days, and it's designed around Durand being a railroad community. We have a train go through Durand every 22 minutes. And at one time, Durand was the central hub for the Midwest, especially the logging mill that went up through Flushing, by the way, where you grew up. And if you ever get a chance to read a book called The Situation in Flushing, you need to read that book because it talks a lot about Durand and Flushing and Lennon and Saginaw and the whole railroad history. But we like to make sure that we bring the railroad, let everybody know what railroads are about. And we also like to make sure that everybody knows what railroad safety is. And there's a class on that at the Union Station over the weekend.
And if anybody wants to look up that book, The Situation in Flushing, written by Mr. Edmund Love from Flushing, it is a great read, and it's mandatory for all kids that go to school at Flushing Community Schools.
Is that right? Or are you being funny about that? Are you joshing us?
Well, back in the days when I went to school, it seemed like everybody read it. I'm not sure they're still doing that, but
yeah, they should if they don't. They should read it in Durand too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. There's another thing that I see here on your agenda that is kind of near and dear to my heart is a rib burn.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we have a rib burn contest on Saturday, and we have room for 30 teams. We haven't filled our floor yet. So if there's anybody listening to this that would like to compete in our rib burn contest, then we'd be glad to have you. The application for the rib burn contest is on the Durand Railroad Days, www.durandrailroaddays.com. And the applications for that and the kids barbecue contest are also on that website.
That's awesome. And you beat me to it because I was going to ask you how people find out more information about railroad days. It sounds like you touched on just about everything. You met all my notes. Schedule of events is on your website also.
Yep, that's a true statement. And then a couple of things I see. There's pictures about the kiddie tractor pedal pull. That's a big draw on Sunday. But one of the things I want to point out is we have one of the only kids barbecue contests in the state of Michigan, and that goes on Saturday afternoon, and we have room for 20 contestants for that, and that is a lot of fun.
So, all right, got my curiosity up. Explain to me the kiddies barbecue competition.
Well, it's for kids 8 to 12 years old, and Railroad Days supplies the grills and the burger and the charcoal and the lighter and so forth. The meat is actually supplied by Duran Meat Processing. It's sponsored by Graf Chevrolet of Duran. But what we do is, if the kids sign up, we encourage them to make 3 hamburgers, and they have to supply their own condiments, the buns, and whatever they want to do to make their burgers perfect, seasonings and so forth. And then they simply make 3 hamburgers and dress them up. We give them a platter to deliver them in, and then they take them to the judges. They only take the 2 best looking ones to the judges, and then they get to share the 3rd one with their supervisor. They have to have an adult supervisor, obviously. And but the adult supervisors, it's a lot of fun because the adult supervisor cannot touch any of the food or the cooking utensils. And so these kids cook, they make their creations. And of course, we have judges that are judging the contest. The state representative and Ben Frederick is always there to judge, and also the Duran City Council and the chief of police. And after they judge the rib burn contest, then they get a chance to judge the kids barbecue contest. And every one of them, as much fun and as delicious as the rib burns are, or the rib contestants are, they all want to judge these kids' creations, because I'm telling you, these kids make some fabulous burgers.
Well, I hope you take a lot of pictures and post them on your Facebook page so that we can get them on our Facebook page, because I am just curious as heck to see what all these creations that the kids come up with. What a neat idea. Kent, I want to thank you very much for being on our show today. If you want more information about the Duran Railroad Days, it's also on MichiganFun.com. Kent, good luck on this. I'm sure you're going to have another great festival. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope you have a fabulous day.
Well, that wraps up another week show, and I want to thank all of our guests for joining us today. To find out, to find out more information about these events and all the events in Michigan, go to MichiganFun.com. I would also like to thank our producer, Jared Clark, and the entire staff at My Michigan TV. To browse our full library of live and on-demand videos, go to mymytv.com. That's MyMyTV.com. All Michigan streaming everywhere. Look forward to seeing you all again next week. Until then, get out there and have some fun.